Thinking of visiting Athens in the summer? From rooftop bars and late sunsets to beaches and island day trips, summer is one of the most popular times to visit the Greek capital. But it also comes with intense heat, bigger crowds, and a few things many visitors don't expect. Hi, I'm Chrysula, a local here in Athens, and on this channel I help travelers plan smarter trips around Greece. In this video, I'll share what summer in Athens is really like and how to make the most of your visit. Let's start with one of the biggest advantages of visiting Athens in the summer. One of the best things about visiting Athens in the summer is the long daylight hours. In June and July, the sun doesn't set until around 8:45 or even 9 p.m., giving you plenty of time to explore without feeling rushed. You can start your day early, take a break during the hottest hours, and still have an entire evening ahead of you for sightseeing, dinner or drinks with an Acropolis view. Summer is also when Athens feels most alive. Locals spend more time outdoors in the evenings, restaurants stay busy until late, and the city has a fantastic vibe after sunset. Now, let's talk about the thing that surprises many visitors the most, the heat. June is usually warm and pleasant, but by July and August, temperatures regularly climb above 35 Celsius, and during heat waves they can exceed 40 Celsius. And because Athens is a large city with a lot of concrete and relatively little shade, it can often feel even hotter than the actual temperature suggests. This is especially true at archaeological sites like the Acropolis, which is located on an exposed rocky hill with very little shade. That's why I always recommend visiting major sites as early as possible. If you're planning to visit the Acropolis independently, book the 8 a.m. time slot. And here is a tip that surprises many visitors. You don't necessarily need to be waiting outside before opening. I have often found that arriving around 8:10 to 8:15 a.m. works really well because the first wave of visitors has already entered. The entrance area is usually less crowded and temperatures are still very comfortable. Another option I often recommend is an early morning guided tour. Not only will you visit before the heat becomes intense, but you will also get a much better understanding of what you're seeing. It's one of my favorite ways to experience the Acropolis, especially if it's your first visit. I will leave a link for the tour I recommend in the description below. And whatever you do, don't forget water, sunscreen, a hat, and comfortable shoes. Trust me, you'll thank me later. And if you're currently planning a trip to Greece, I also offer personalized travel planning consultations. Whether you need help choosing destinations, building an itinerary, or planning your transportation, I will leave a link with more information in the description below. One of the best things you can do in Athens during the summer is plan your day around the heat. Locals tend to do their outdoor activities in the morning or later in the evening, and I recommend doing the same. The hottest part of the day is usually between 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So instead of sightseeing under the sun, use that time for a museum visit, a long lunch, a coffee break, or for some relaxing time at your hotel. If you would still like to be outdoors, the National Garden of Athens is a great place to escape the heat, with plenty of shade and walking paths right in the city center. Then once temperatures start to drop, head back out and enjoy Athens at its best. If you're visiting Athens in July or August, there is one thing you should be prepared for: heat waves. While summer weather is usually sunny and predictable, temperatures can sometimes climb above 40 Celsius. During particularly hot periods, the Acropolis and other archaeological sites may close during the hottest hours of the day to protect visitors and staff. So if a heat wave is forecast during your trip, Make sure to check official announcements and plan your sightseeing early in the morning. That is another reason why I always recommend booking the first Acropolis time slot and avoiding major sightseeing during midday. August is also a little different from the rest of the summer. While the main tourist areas remain busy, many Athenians leave the city for their annual holidays. As a result, traffic is often lighter, some local businesses may close for a few weeks, and certain neighborhoods feel noticeably quieter than they do in June or July. For most visitors, this isn't a problem. In fact, some people enjoy the more relaxed atmosphere, but it's something worth knowing before you visit. Summer is the busiest time of year in Athens, so don't be surprised if some of the most popular sites feel crowded. The Acropolis, Plaka, Monastiraki, and Syntagma Square are all at their busiest during June, July, and August, especially between late morning and early afternoon. You will also notice more cruise passengers in the city, particularly on certain days. The good news is that Athens is much more than its most famous attractions. If you start your day early by visiting the most popular sites and then explore some of the less visited neighborhoods like Pagrati and Exarchia, it's still very possible to have a great experience. While the afternoons can be challenging, summer evenings are when Athens really shines. As the temperatures start to drop, people head back outside and the city comes alive. This is the perfect time for a walk through Plaka, dinner in a neighborhood taverna, drinks at a rooftop bar with a view of the Acropolis, or even an open-air cinema. And thanks to the late sunsets, you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the city after a day of sightseeing. In fact, one of my favorite things about summer in Athens is that the day doesn't feel like it ends when the sun goes down. People stay out late, restaurants are busy, and there is a great atmosphere almost everywhere you go. Many visitors don't realize that Athens has beaches of its own. The Athenian Riviera stretches along the coast south of the city, with beaches and beach bars that are easy to reach by public transport, taxi or car. And if you are looking for something a little different, Lake Vouliagmeni is one of my favorite summer escapes near Athens, with naturally warm waters and a beautiful setting. So if you're spending a few days in Athens during the summer, consider mixing a little beach time into your itinerary. Another advantage of visiting Athens in the summer is how many great day trips are within reach. Whether you're interested in ancient history, island escapes, or scenic coastal views, there are plenty of options. Some of my favorites include the Temple of Poseidon at Cape Sunion, the popular 3-island cruise to Hydra, Poros and Aegina, and of course Delphi and Meteora. With the long summer days, you can comfortably fit this into your itinerary without feeling rushed. And if you are looking for ideas, I will leave links to some of my favorite day trips in the description below. Despite the heat and the crowds, summer is still a fantastic time to visit Athens. The days are long, the city is full of energy, and you can easily combine sightseeing with beaches, island trips, and day trips around Greece. The key is simply planning smart. Start early, take a break during the hottest part of the day, and enjoy the city in the evening like the locals do. And if you're planning a trip to Athens, don't forget to check the description below, where you will find links to my recommended tours, day trips, and travel resources to help you plan your visit. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more local tips and travel guides from Greece. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.